In this video, the journey to South Island in my new Ford Fairmont begins. I just forgot what my car is. I'm actually in it. Oh, Auckland rush hour is not joyous, and yes, that is a Daihatsu Charade GT Turbo, livening up my commute. This is horrible, but I'm booked into the aircon place at 8 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, it's currently coming up to 7, and yes, I am allowing an hour to do a 30-mile journey, and I might still be late. Crap times. So I'm visiting an aircon specialist first thing this morning. Apparently the orifice tube is in need of replacement, and that should make the aircon work again, hopefully. There we go, that's what was wrong. That's not looking great. Metal filings. So on the recommendation of the people I stayed with in Auckland, I've gone to pay less auto air. I thought it was pay less, but no, pay less apparently. And I think we're in for a bill of somewhere around $270 for the work, the regas, and the new orifice tube. Hopefully it'll mean these vents, including my up the trouser vent, will be pumping out lovely cold air. Well, there we go. Thanks to pay less, I now have working air conditioning, and just in time for it to start raining. That's sod's law, isn't it? Well, it's nice to have working air conditioning, but yeah, on the downside, getting fuel into this car is a nightmare. The pump keeps clicking off, and trying different angles, and it's just click, click, click. Very much memories of having a Rover P6. I clearly haven't found the right technique yet, so I've put 20 litres in, which has taken it to just below half a tank, but I'd kind of given up by then. But I don't really want to fill up at Auckland prices anyway, because it's fuel is very expensive here. It's about $2.20 a litre, which I suppose is roughly equivalent to what it was back home when I left. I have no idea what the fuel price is in the UK at the moment, but yeah, $2.20 is quite pricey by New Zealand standards, and that's still only 91 octane. I'm not going to be splashing out on the premium stuff for this. I don't think there's much to be gained by going for 95 or 98. It's quite powerful enough as it is, so 91 will be fine. In terms of insurance, that is something I do need to sort out, but not urgently, because insurance is not compulsory. So at the moment I don't have any, or I might do if it's still got the insurance from the previous owner. Yeah, we're trying to sort all that out. I do need to sort out the rego at some point, but again, there's no desperate rush. I've got a couple of days to play with on that. I think it's Wednesday the rego runs out, and the owner said he was going to sell it with WOF and rego, WOF being the warrant of fitness. So he got that bit done, but he hadn't quite done the rego, but so he's going to reimburse me for that, so that's all good. Front tyres are looking a little iffy. I doubt I'm going to be able to put too many more kilometres on those, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, otherwise all good. Let's get on our way. Something for the heavy truck fans. Big old digger. So we're escaping Auckland, having got the air conditioning sorted, heading down near Waikato, which is further south. The journey to South Island begins. I just thought I'd talk a bit more about what the Falcon actually is, on which this Fairmont is based. Some people have guessed that it's a Mondeo or a Lincoln base underneath, but no, this is Australia's own design. They did consider updating American or European designs, but you know, Australia had a very distinct set of requirements at the time, and so they felt they had to develop their own car. You know, Ford wasn't making any other vehicle elsewhere that still had a beam rear axle, which is what this one has. You could have independent on the top spec models. Oh, look at that Legacy with a rear wiper. Yeah, the beam axle has advantages, especially when it comes to heavy towing. You can put some beefy springs under it, and a beam axle is solid. There is a tube linking each of the rear wheels. It's just a little bit more robust, and robust is what these cars needed to be. Although sadly that requirement has rather evaporated, which is why you don't see any current Ford Falcon or Holden Commodore. Those models have simply died. Trying to work out what this is on the back of that trailer, and I've absolutely no idea. It's something of local interest, I'm sure. With the hip kink, I would guess at a Holden. I wonder. We may never know. So yeah, the platform is bespoke Australian, and I think really it's a platform that evolved right to the end of Falcon production. In 2016, I think production ended. It has to be said, I like it a lot because it's got a lot of the things I want from a car: the waftiness, the comfort, the serenity. I mean, it's so peaceful at speed like this. We're cruising at 100 kilometers an hour. Or near enough. I think we might be doing 95. I've got the cruise control set. It's oh so comfortable. But you look around at the interior, it's really no more advanced than any average car. It's not a luxury car. I haven't got leather seats. I haven't got zillions of buttons. So it's a straightforward big cruiser. Not a car we really get in Europe. So far I am liking it very, very much, apart from not being able to put fuel in it. And I'm going to continue wafting my way south. I've now driven this. Oh, there's a big load over there. Well, huge dump truck. What was I saying? I'm continuing my journey south. I've travelled this stretch of motorway several times now. The last time in the BX, taking it back home to Tokoroa, and now we're wafting down to South Island. I'm not moving into the left-hand lane. That's for slow vehicles only, and will soon be disappearing. There's a little Holden Barina there, sold as the Chevrolet Spark in the UK until the Chevrolet name was disbanded. Oh no, I'm going to have to hit coast because I'm going to have to move in this lane, because that log truck is going to have to come over here, and I'm going to have to hit the coast button to stop the car cruising. I actually go back to using the throttle pedal myself. Oh, disgraceful times. Oh no, there we go, hit resume. And it very gently accelerates back up to speed. Nice. Some cars can be a bit aggressive on the resume. This is not one of those cars. It can be aggressive when you want it to be, but now I'm all about the waft. So I've just bought some Rego, 6 months worth for about 60 quid. We're here on the outskirts of Hamilton, just a shopping centre. Went to New Zealand Post, which is effectively the post office, to sort that out. But yeah, this I think I need to get an alignment done as well. Look, we're ripping the inside off that tyre. So I think, we've still got plenty of tread. Well, not plenty of tread, but enough tread on the rest of the tyre that it's not an immediate concern. I've spent enough on this car today, over $300, and then about $100 of fuel as well. So we'll carry on our driving and see where we end up. Clong. Filling this car is a pain. I've been told that BP garages have better pumps, but it still was a bit of a faff to do. But I have actually managed to get a full tank in. So I've reset the trip, and we'll see if we can work out what's going on. If I change the modes, it's averaging 11 litres per 100 kilometres, but I must say, with it on live feed, I'm getting much better than that. This works the other way around to miles to the gallon. The lower the figure, the better. Generally we're cruising along at 6 or 8 litres per 100 kilometres. I don't know how it compares, I'm rubbish at maths. Anyway, it's interesting the vents are blowing out nice and cold even though I haven't got the engine running. But anyway, I'm going to go into the centre of Hamilton to find some lunch. I think I could find some lunch here, but I feel like a bit of an explorer. Well, this is certainly different. Just not used to seeing stone buildings in New Zealand because they don't have any stone. But yeah, it's definitely a bit all towny. There's a rare Peugeot there. There goes a nice Holden. Yeah. Always good to have a change of scenery. We should be somewhere a bit more remote later on. I can see the clouds building. We might get more storms later, or at least more rain. Wow, ended up going for a full-on barber treatment rather unexpectedly. I was looking for a cup of tea, but ended up getting my hair cut instead. I think Michaela did a fantastic job. It's the first time I've had a blade shave. I mean, blimey, check out the, yeah. Those cheeks have not felt that smooth for a very, very long time. But anyway, to lunch. Well, this is turning into a very expensive day. I've put over $100 of fuel in this car, albeit I've still got a full tank. There was my rego, that was another $60. The air conditioning, $276. And now I've treated myself to a ruddy haircut. That cost $65. So about 30 quid. But oh, so smooth. I almost feel bad that I'm just going to grow more hair again, but hey, that's life. But I think it's time to fire up the Fairmont once more, and we'll continue our journey. I think I've seen enough town for now. Let's go and see if we can find something a bit more rural. Daihatsu Paisa, or a grand move to UK folk. That's this Toyota Premio Corona thing coming in front of us. So many vehicles I don't recognise. I don't understand how Toyota has so many spin-offs that all seem to be off the Corolla platform. Oh, hello. Rover P6. A TC. Very nice. Unexpected. Second P6 of this trip so far. A lot of people are asking why this car has no headliner. I mean, it's quite simple. Like many cars of sort of 80s, 90s, early 2000s, that it just starts sagging. As it happens, I think I've just spoken to someone I might be meeting up. I might be able to get myself a headliner, which would be good because, you know, a stone hit this earlier and you're driving along and yeah, you really do feel like you're in a tin can. And there's a strange echo thing going on, so yeah, it would make this car even more peaceful if I can get that sorted out. So it might well happen. We'll see if I can meet up with this chap. But generally, I'm loving the experience. I'm just having a bit of a pause roadside because it does make you a bit sleepy driving this car. It's so comfy and so relaxing. Ooh. Welcome to Te Kuiti, and what I'm told is the largest sculpture of someone sheep shearing in the world. It is quite big. Yeah, it's predominantly large, it has to be said. It's a very sleepy little town. I've just had a quick wander around it. There's not a lot going on here. Lots of shops which sadly look like they're not doing great business. Maybe that'll change when the holiday season starts. There is a restored railway station here, but really they present themselves very much as the centre of the world when it comes to sheep shearing. They've had the largest sheep shearing festivals here and stuff like that. So we're not far from Waitomo Caves, said to be very spectacular. But I'm kind of running out of money. I've spent far too much money today, so I can't justify going and spending even more money on something else. So I'm just having a bit of a mooch around while I wait for my Airbnb to open. But let's flip the camera. There we go, entirely seamless. I haven't got the gimbal out, I'm afraid, so you're a bit wobbly. But yeah, this is Te Kuiti. So we've got the railway line running alongside the main street here, and there's now a bypass, I think, which is another reason why the town feels a bit dead. You know, bypasses are good for getting people travelling more, but they do tend to kill towns when all the traffic goes away. And it does feel, you know, very ghostly. That was a couple of ducks, and I think they might have been the only customers for some of the shops along here. And that'll be an Isuzu Bighorn, an Isuzu Bighorn Field Star, no less. One of the best names. But yeah, here's another empty building. There are quite a few. Is it just me that's thinking you could park quite a few cars in there, I reckon? Yeah, it's just weird that it's the middle of the day and there's no one here. Oh look, it's a certain Ford Fairmont. My new steed, which is going very well indeed. I'm enjoying driving this car very much. And I've decided she needs a name, and I think Elizabeth is a good name. Elizabeth Fairmont. Or Ugly Betty. I think she's a bit of an Ugly Betty. It comes from a styling time when Ford was very much experimenting, and I can't say this was the most successful experiment of theirs. When you look above all the shops that are struggling a bit, you see the old town. You see, you got the brick building here. It's the old post office, which is now a museum. Might go and have a nose in there in a bit, but yeah, lots of old buildings, but some modern stuff going on as well. This little pavilion seems quite nice. Very nice carvings, a very colourful roof, some lovely stained glass windows. So yeah, I would say this isn't the most exciting place I've ever visited, but as it kind of works as a place to just have a walk around and see what's what. But I think I'm going to say that's it for Te Kuiti for this video. I shall find some tea perhaps and have a gentle amble about. That's not a bad view, nice waterfall. And we've just come through that cave there, natural tunnel through the limestone rock here, in a place I've entirely forgotten the name of, but we'll caption. Yeah, beautiful. Not all that dissimilar to the view you can get in Devil's Bridge near Aberystwyth, but there you go, many thousands of miles from there. Coome Gorge is where we are. As you can see over there, lots of limestone about the place. Just managed to find a sign to remind me, so that's good because I'm the worst tour guide ever. But yeah, very lovely here. Lovely old trees. It feels like a very ancient place. I'm very much enjoying this walkway too. And now we'll find ourselves in a cave system, but a bit dark for filming in here. And you'll have to take my word for it, but there are glowworms up there, but you're just not going to be able to see them. And this is one of the frustrations with a big holiday, is that you just can't do everything. I have not got the budget to do all the lovely touristy things, and the Waitomo Caves I'm sure are utterly spectacular. You can even go black water rafting in the dark through some sections. Not for me. I can't justify the expense, unfortunately, but still it's a very nice walk this evening. Not done many evening walks. Need to get a bit better at getting out in the evenings. And yeah, I'm very glad I came here. Always check the tourist info. Ooh. I thought it was a snake for a moment, but we're all right, I think. Well, frankly, I think that'll be enough for this video. We're still near Te Kuiti. I'm getting rained on. Where the hell's that coming from? That's impressive. How I can get rained on when it's sunny? I don't understand. But yeah, we are going to have a massive day today. We're off to Horipito Motors Many of you have sent me links to Horapito or told me of it, but I was well aware anyway. It's somewhere I really want to go. It should be very impressive, and that should be the next video. I'll dedicate an entire video for it if it turns out to be as amazing as I'm expecting. But yeah, me and Ugly Betty are going to make our way to Horapito. So I shall say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I shall see you in a future video. Farewell. Oh, I like the sound of that.